Hi there, everybody. I'm Belle Hernandez, and if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Facebook on my page, let's try that again. Reclaiming You for Women. I do ask that it is ladies only, just because of the fact that when I coach specifically women, and it's for a really good reason. I have no idea what it feels like to be a man. And I just don't feel that that's fair when it's called Reclaiming You, because I think women and men have different issues, and I don't necessarily understand what the guys' issues are. I know what the issues are for women. Okay? All right, thanks. I hope you'll hang out, because I think this message is for just about everybody. We're going to talk about forgiveness today. And I'm going to start with a quote, and I wish I remembered who it was, but I left my phone in the other room, so I'm not going to run and get it to find out who said it. And that is, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And honest to God, that resentment, that anger, that refusal to forgive is literally like pouring poison into your own body. It really is. Because all of that you hold in there, and it makes you sick. And I mean, really, is it worth it? Now, I get it. I heard forever and ever and ever, oh, you have to forgive to heal. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not forgiven because this person did this to me and that person did that to me. And somebody like 25 years ago did this to me. Nope, I wasn't going to forgive. Well, guess what? I was unhappy. And I wish I could remember that moment, or I remember the moment. I wish I could remember the moment before that moment, actually. When I woke up one morning and I was laying in bed, and I was just not a happy person. And I was mad at everybody. I was mad at my mom. I was mad at my ex-husband. I was mad at all these people. And I was probably justified. If someone told me the stories of a relationship with somebody such as I had with these people, I would tell you, you are justified. You're justified to be angry. You're justified to not want to forgive. But is that what is right for you? Because here's what happens when you hold on to that anger. You're giving them power. And that was my epiphany moment. I'm a little tiny bit of a control freak. Okay, a whole lot of a control freak, which is why my office is currently driving me crazy, because I'm in the midst of trying to figure out what to do with it. It's a newer space, the space I opened up in my home to turn into an office, and I don't like it. But on to back where we were. So being this little bit of a control freak, the idea of other people having power in my life, oh, no. And so I was laying there in bed one morning. I was miserable. I was unhappy. Nothing was going my way. And yet I was in this apartment that I loved. And it was, I had bears in my backyard. It was so cool. I happen to like bears, so I realized that might not be cool for other people, but for me, that was awesome. And I remember laying there, and like I said, I wish I could remember that moment before then, what it was that triggered me. But I sat up in bed, and I said out loud to myself, not for one more moment am I giving other people power in my life. I am not giving these people that hurt me another moment of power. Now that sounds good. I get it. It's like, okay, well, that sounds really good, but how'd you do it, Belle? It took time. I'm not going to lie. But for me, I wanted my power back. And the truth was, I was really tired of being miserable. I didn't even want to be around me. It was bad. So I took it one step at a time. Because when you hold on to the anger, the resentment, or I've heard people go, Well, I don't trust anyone because this person did this to me. Well, guess what you're doing? You're punishing yourself. Yes, you are punishing you for somebody else's bad behavior. I don't know about you, but that did not sit well with me. And this is what I'll tell you every time when you say, well, I'm not going to forgive because what they did was wrong. Hey, yay, I'm with you. What they did was wrong. But forgiveness and condoning are two different worlds. Forgiveness is letting go of the anger and freeing yourself from the damage that is being done every day that you hold on to it. Condoning is telling somebody it's okay. You can forgive somebody and never have to talk to them again. You can forgive somebody and tell them what you did was wrong, but I still forgive you. You don't ever have to make what they did okay, because it probably wasn't. You're probably angry for a reason. But forgiveness is not condoning the behavior. Forgiveness is releasing the anger, the resentment, the hurt feelings, and freeing yourself to live your absolute best life. We'll talk at a later date about how to go about forgiveness, but what I would say is, as step one in that, just take a moment, step back, look at that person. Are they happy? What is their background? Did they really know better? If they knew better, did they know how to do better? Because sometimes just because you know better doesn't mean you know how to do better. I've dealt with a lot of people like that. I've been that person a time or two. So give some thought to that. You know, are they mentally not well? Because that is a factor for a lot of people. That was a factor with my own mother. My mother was not mentally well. She never was. I doubt she had ever been mentally well. And that gave me a different perspective when I really stepped back and looked at it. So before you hold on to all of that, just step back and look. Again, like I said, it does not mean you have to make it okay for them. It does not mean you have to say, well, you know what, you did this, but it's okay. No, it probably wasn't okay. It doesn't have to be okay. You have to be okay. You have to be okay knowing that this thing happened and that person is not good for you in your life, but it's time to move on. It might even be just someone who did something that was very hurtful, and maybe they do deeply regret it. Maybe you need to have a conversation with them. This is not the case with everything and everybody, because sometimes they're not going to get it. It's not for them to get. It's for you. It's for you to free yourself from all of that garbage and take your power back. At the end of the day, forgiveness is equal to owning your own power and not giving other people power in your life. So, if you enjoyed this, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you're a lady, join me on Facebook. I also have a mailing list. I'm going to post that link along with my Facebook link there in the description part of this. And I hope to see you again. Again, my name is Belle Hernandez, and I thank you ever so much for joining me.